Hey, hello everyone, back for another short weekly video. This one's a bit different, I would say, because what I really want to talk to you today about is not necessarily humanities content, but it relates very closely. And I want to talk because I know so many students are going through this very same thing. And, a lot of it comes down to this, 60% of the first year and second year college students, they literally are completely uncertain over what they want to study. They know they have to take their gen ed classes like this humanities class. Um, but it can be really anxiety riddling and should I even be in college and what's the purpose? And a lot of times, especially in gen ed classes like, your humanities course, you're like, why in the world am I having to do this? Well, it's really hard to get focused on something when you don't have a clear goal. And if you don't know what you really want to do when you're in college, or even if you should be in college to begin with, this is a high stress environment. So in face-to-face classes, a lot of times I get to talk to students who are struggling with whether to stay in college or what to study when they're in college. And so I just wanted to send out this video of encouragement and some things for you to consider as you're going through this first or second year of college. Number one, I think one of the most important things is just to take your time. The first 2 years of college where you're doing your gen eds, in most situations, all those classes are going to transfer to whatever major you may want. It's literally, college is designed that way. Of course, you'll need to talk to your academic advisor, etc. But it's designed for you to explore things. So you have time to figure things out. And, as you're going through your gen ed classes like this humanities one, really challenge yourself to explore deeply these different topics and subjects and see if something stands out to you. What do you really enjoy doing? Maybe it's a math class, maybe it's a science class, maybe it is in the humanities of some sort, whether it would be art or history or philosophy or the visual arts, whatever it might be. But take the time. Don't feel anxiety. Anxiety tends to slow down your ability to think clearly. So don't stress it. I know it's easier said than done, but that's something to do. Another thing, try and gain some practical experience. Look for opportunities that you can take textbook knowledge or theoretical knowledge and apply that to the real world. Gain some real world experience. Maybe that's just shadowing a professional. Lots of professionals in a lot of fields love to give their opinions on their job and their career and what they're doing. Try and seek those things out and try and find some. Use LinkedIn. Use the career planning office. Try and secure part-time jobs. In general, a lot of times you hear students say, well, I don't have time for part-time jobs. I think study after study shows those students that actually work while going to school tend to do a little bit better. So don't shy away from that. No matter what the field might be, you may, in taking on a part-time job, realize things that you love to do, or maybe you'll find things you don't want to do. Either way, it's all good. Beyond that, just internships. If you have a field that you think you're really interested in, see if there's any way. It doesn't even have to be paid. A lot of times those unpaid internships can pay massive dividends in the long run. So try and gain some practical experience. Embrace flexibility. And again, that first year and a half of college, it's designed for you to explore. College is self-discovery and personal growth. And, don't be afraid if that first choice that you thought you wanted to do when you were a junior or senior in high school isn't exactly, as you mature, as you grow, as you take different classes, you discover that, hey, that really isn't what I'm all about. Don't be afraid to be flexible with your choices. Also, it can be hard. Sometimes your family, sometimes your friends, a significant other, they're convinced of what your best path should be. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you. So, show some flexibility and understand, heck, there's people in their 50s who don't know exactly what they want to do when they quote unquote grow up. So be flexible. And, just knowing at the end of the day, college is a very high stakes game. It really is. Sadly, it is. It's become more and more high stakes with the cost of college. And, of course, study after study shows that those that go to college and get a degree, they out earn those who don't in most cases, very frequently. Not always. There's other careers out there where you can earn really nice incomes and not go to college. But in general, the studies still hold that. But, reflect on your passions. What do you love to do? Consider the financial aspects. That requires you doing things like, what's the average salary when someone graduates versus what did the cost of the degree? How much did it cost? What if you're looking at student loans, try and keep those at a minimum, a bare minimum. But if you have to take them on, what's the monthly payment going to be? Are you going to actually be able to live your life once you get out of college based on what you spent on college? It's a very intricate journey that you're on. And if any of you have any questions, I encourage you to reach out to me. I'd love to just give you opinion on it, and you can take it and use it and analyze it and research it on your own. But at the end of the day, your success in each and every class, whether it's this humanities class or any other one, students who are most successful have a clear vision of where they want to go. Without a vision, we tend to wander around. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get frustrated, discouraged, and quit. So really use this time. Don't just let it fly by. And don't just feel like, oh, I got to take all these gen ed classes. They're boring as heck. Use the time to figure things out, so that once you're done with all of those gen eds, you're really confident where you want to go and what you want to study in the long term. So with that, there's a short video. I have a wonderful day. We'll talk again soon.